Good afternoon. Happy Wednesday, everybody. This is Keith with Profit Lifter, and today we are going to be talking about how to convert your list. If you've been out there marketing, generating leads, collecting names, collecting email addresses, and you want to figure out you can start converting your list, today we are going to be talking about some email marketing strategies to be able to automate your growth, to be able to get people off of the fence, get them engaged, and get them moving forward as fast as possible, making your marketing even better than it has ever been. And we're going to hop in. And as always, if you have any questions, make sure that you throw them in the chat for me. I will be watching and answering your questions live and making sure that we're getting everything answered and taken care of for you. So we are going to hop in here and get rocking and rolling. All right. So we've already been over the title, all that fun stuff. So let's get into this. So is email marketing still viable? Yes, email marketing is incredibly viable, incredibly important, and it should be the backbone of everything that you're doing with communicating with your leads, with your clients, your prospects. So why email marketing still works? It's a continued conversation. The thing that I like about email marketing is that it gives you the ability to deepen a conversation. It's not just hey, here's a landing page, here's a video, have a nice life, but it lets you continue the conversation, because as we've talked about multiple times, and as we'll keep talking about, most leads don't convert on the first touch. Occasionally you get those that do, but most of the time they don't. It takes time, energy, and focus to be able to convert them. And email keeps that dialogue open and keeps them progressing, keeps things moving forward. Not only that, but email is a great opportunity to show that you are the king of the hill, that you're the boss that knows everything that's going on, that you're the person to listen to, and this is where you're going to be building trust. It's going to be regular, valuable communications for you to establish your credibility and foster the relationship. The thing that I like about emails is that it really lets you get pointed on your conversation, where you can start to overcome objections. You can start to talk through reasons that that people aren't opting in, or maybe they haven't taken action. It's just a great way to one, shorten up your sales process. But like as we're talking here, this is also going to include strategies for converting people that haven't converted and haven't made it there yet. And then next, it keeps top of mind presence. If people don't hear from you, they're going to forget about you. And like, you can't even name me the companies that you've forgotten about because you forgot about them, because they're not top of mind. They haven't earned that right to be consistent in your brain and to take up that spot. So you want to have consistent email communication for top of mind. Anytime people see your emails come through, even if they don't click on it, they still see your name, they still see the company, and it still reminds them that you're there and reminds them that they were interested at some point, and it's the reason they're getting the emails. And so it keeps you top of mind. Lastly, it's going to give you timely action, where if you've got something that you're doing, you've got a promo, you've got an event, you've got a new product launch, you've got something kind of with a deadline on it, it's going to give you that ability to drive conversions at precisely the right moment in the customer journey, based off of the responses, based off of exactly where they're at in their buying process with you. So your marketing, if you're not focused on this, be focused on it. It's a big thing. So what we're going to focus on for today is this. We want to convert your dormant contacts that are sitting in your CRM, and turn them into leads, turn them into paying clients, turn them into people that you're actually having the opportunity to pitch and present your products. We're going to cover 4 different campaign types with ready to launch email strategies, everything, and we're going to map them out, have a nice little whiteboard pulled up that we're going to jump into. And then we're going to be touching on segmentation, automation, triggers, all of that fun stuff, so that if you want to build these, you can kind of follow, you should be able to follow along with this live and start building your own email automations and follow-up campaigns. All right, so let's hop into the campaigns. Our first campaign that we're going to talk about is our product campaign. This was actually spawned by an email that I got earlier. So, what this is if you've got a product that that you want to present. Like, let's say you've got 3 or 4, maybe 2, 3, 4 different products that you have out there that you're working through. What a product campaign is going to do is going to cross sell your clients and going to show them the different options that you have. Product campaign emails are these are really, this could be like an upsell, this could be a cross sell, it could even be a downsell if it needs to be. But the point of the product campaign is really just to enlighten people like, hey, look, you're already here, you got this one thing from us, let's explore some other options. Now, with a product campaign, there's a lot of different ways that this could be useful. So let's say maybe you're in the business lending, business credit space. One of the big things that you can do is actually just get out there and talk about all of the different lending products that you have available. And talk about the different ways that they can use it, different ways that they can engage with it. A lot of different opportunities with that, and a lot of different ways we can use it. But here's what the product campaign is going to look like. You're going to start with sending 3 value-driven emails. You're going to focus on a problem solution scenarios relevant to your audience. From there, you're going to monitor the engagement, and you're going to automate based off of the interests that they're engaged with. And then from there, you're going to send targeted follow-ups, create 2 to 3 emails, focus on their specific interest area. And then from there, you're going to define your call to action. So what does this actually look like? Let's map it out here. So we're going to start with our campaigns, our campaign. So this is going to be, let's just call this email 1. Your email 1 should just be kind of a big overview. With this overview, we also want to be focused on we want to be focused on solutions. Like, what solutions are we going to be offering? And then finally, what's our call to action with this as well? The reason that we need that is because if you don't have a call to action, they're just not going to take action. I mean, that's the whole point of this, is to get them to take action. So we want them to focus on the solutions. We want them to focus on the call to actions. Now, if you want to be real ninja with this, what this would look like is, we're going to get into a little bit of advanced here, but you are going to need landing pages for the solutions. So let's just call these, we're not even going to call it landing pages. We're going to call this solution pages, if I can spell right. Yep, there we go. So we're going to call this a solution page. What the solution page is going to be, and the beauty of a solution page is it doesn't need to be a complex landing page. It can literally be a blog post. It can be anything. And I like the idea of a blog because it's going to give that feel of, look, we're just trying to educate you. We're just trying to share some information. But from here, based off your solution page, you may give them 2 or 3 options. So let's see if we can figure this out here. All right. So let's say option 1 is, we're just going to make these all connect here. We're going to say option 1 is save money. And let's call this solution 1. So our solution 1 is going to be kind of our primary. This is our big overarching one. This is the main pain that your solution is fixing. This is going to be kind of the primary solution that you're going to be focused on. And from here, you would attach it in your email. They would click on it. They would go read the blog. Same thing. Solution 2. You get it. Yeah, it's kind of straightforward from here. Solution 3. Now, the trick to this now is that instead of just leaving them there, now we're going to create a solution email. Sorry, this thing's dragging today. And the solution email is the content of this email is specifically going to relate to the solution that you offered here. And this is going to be a campaign. So this would be the, let's just say 3 email follow-up sequence. I am having a hard time typing today. So this is going to be your 3 emails, and this is going to be the same for all of these. But the goal to this is that it is literally the solution based off of what they're clicking on. The reason this is such an effective tactic is because now you're speaking to them directly about the pain that they're disclosing to you, meaning that, excuse me, meaning that while they're going through here, if they go, hey, you know what, solution one is really what I'm struggling with. This is my big pain point. Now, when you're sending them follow-up emails, this is incredibly specific on that one pain point that they're looking for. And again, the way that we're segmenting is based off of the way that we're going to be segmenting them is going to be based off of their interests. Now, I did say we're going to have 2 or 3 other emails up here, up at the top. These are going to be kind of follow-up emails that are going to be focused on the people that don't opt in, meaning that like once they click, you would basically take them out of the sequence if they've clicked here. So this is just a way to retarget, follow up with the people who don't engage, because not everybody's going to read your email, not everybody's going to click on it. But this is sending out 3 emails that all 3 of these are going to loop back to this solutions page here, just to make sure that everything is that they're all able to connect the way they need to and get where. Sorry, I'm trying to connect these here. Because I just like things being pretty. It's what I do. So we want to make sure that all of these are kicking back to the solutions page and coming here. So you can see like a campaign like this, you're going to have 3 emails, and like SMS is a great addition to this. So like as we're talking about it, just know that it's not necessarily just for emails. This can also be for this can also include SMS messages in here. This is more about the framework of how this would function. But now, based off this, you're going to be able to, this is going to give you the ability to just basically talk about products. This is also a great strategy if you want to do like a product launch. If you have a new, if you have a new product that rolls out, maybe it's a new loan product that's available and you want to send it to everybody. The other thing that you want to do is based off of their click, this would be a great place for you to tag them. And the reason you want to tag them is this is going to help you with your smart list, meaning that now when you're advertising, you're sending out new campaigns, you're doing different things, you're going to know what this person's pain point is, meaning that as you're talking to them, you're going to be able to, or as you're marketing to them, you're going to be able to know like, hey, look, this person's really interested in saving money. And when you're targeting with your smart list, this may be a content concept that you work with through that. So this is your outline for a product campaign. As you can see, pretty straightforward. Not a lot of automations. With a trigger, something like this, you're going to want to trigger it just to send to everybody. Or if there are specific people, like if you know that you don't want to send it to existing clients, then you can take them out and just send it out to prospects. So that's your product campaign. Let's talk about your next campaign. This is going to be a promo campaign. And we've talked about this before. I love promo campaigns. These are a lot of fun. So this is going to be the promo campaign. You're going to announce your offer. You're going to send a compelling limited time offer to your entire list. For those of you guys who are thinking like, what's that look like? This is a great time to have like a countdown timer. Because this is huge when you have a promo or an actual deadline. It's a great way to drive engagement and get people there. From there, you're going to segment by response, split the audience based on open and click activity. You're going to escalate for engage, meaning that when people are clicking, they're going to your landing pages, they're doing all that. You want to escalate their campaign and take them out from there. And then you want to resend to non-engaged. Use new subject lines, different angles, different value propositions. Think through everything that you're working through with that. Make sure that it's there and get them going. So this is your promo campaign. Let's break this down. Let's take a look at what this would actually look like in a real life marketing scenario. So what we're going to do is we're going to we're going to start with, oh man, it's going to be all wonky, isn't it? It is. That's okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with our announcement emails. And these are going to be, this is going to be a campaign. And this initial announcement campaign, this is actually going to function a lot the same way this is, where you're going to have, you'll have some of them that are going right, some of them that are to be targeting. So this will be the, let's call it the engagement follow-up. And then we're going to call, let's call this, actually, now that I'm putting it in here, we're going to call it non-engaged follow-up campaign. And this is going to be our engaged follow-up campaign. So basically what we want to do, and with a promo campaign, this may actually turn into another one. Let's put it here, and we're going to put, we're going to call it a CTA campaign, CTA nurture campaign. Basically what this is going to be is if they go, hey, I'm hosting a webinar, come join, blah, blah, blah. They go, yeah, cool. They opt in. That's going to put them in your CTA nurture campaign. But so with this campaign, you're going to start with the announcement. You'll send out the emails. If they're not engaging, you're going to keep them into this campaign. Now, with this engagement, with this non-engaged campaign, what this is going to look like is we are going to be sending out a lot of different emails with this. But basically, this is going to be a drip all the way up until the event. Meaning that once the event started, that it's just going to keep dripping on them. The way that you want to think about your timing when you're looking at like an event promo, you want to do more content closer to the event. Meaning that if you're like when you're a month out, you don't want to be emailing people every day when you're a month out. That now, if you're 2-3 days out, yeah, you want to email them every day, maybe 2-3 times a day, just to really push that promo and get them in there and going. But this essentially is just going to be a long-term nurture campaign all the way up until the date that they get started. Now, this engagement campaign, this is going to be a little bit different. This is where you're going to start to focus. This is where you may want to dive into the content more aggressively. But the other side of this is that if you have people who are engaged, like maybe they're clicking, an automation strategy that you can work with this is to automation. We're going to put click to opportunity, basically meaning that if they click and they go, hey, look, I'm going to read this. I'm going to take a look at it. You can click this over and have it and create an opportunity based off that. Now, if you want to be a real ninja, this is where you start your AI chatbot campaign, meaning that after they've clicked, you set up an email or a SMS sequence that will go out. Then you have your AI bot follow up with them. Now, little 201 tactics here. While you're putting together this chatbot, this is a chatbot that you would want to make specifically for this promo campaign. Meaning that you don't want to use a generic one. Like if you have one set up for appointments, that's amazing, good for you. But if you're not using it, or if you do have something like that, you still want to have one specific to the follow-up for people who are engaged in this promo to be able to send to them, to be able to chat with them about the event, and then eventually working to make sure that this chatbot is sending them to your call to action, basically getting them to check out, getting them to that final page, that final stage. Your CTA nurture campaign, meaning they've opted in or whatever that's going to look like, is going to be really simple. It's just basically going to be like reminders up until the event happens. And the reason that this CTA nurture campaign is so critical in your process is because as they're going through this, if you're not following up with them after they've opted in, they're going to forget. And you want to keep them excited. Like you've got them to a 5. You want to keep them at a 5. On a scale of 1 to 5, you got them at a 5. You want to keep them at a 5. You want to keep them engaged, get them to show up. That's where this nurture campaign comes in, is that it gets them to that point that they are opting in, but you're reminding them, getting them in, and getting them to move forward with that. So that's going to be your promo campaign. And this is kind of your basic outline for that. Let's take a look there. And as you can see, it's a little bit different, a little more moving parts, a little more campaigns that go along with it. But your promo, this is kind of a big deal. Like, this should be like a webinar. If you're doing a big live stream, you're doing something at a specific time. Like, you should have all your other marketing assets set up. Again, this is just how we can engage your base and how you can be engaging your base with promos and things that you're working on. All right, so that's your promo campaign. Campaign number 2. Campaign number 3, lead conversion campaign. This is actually a 2-week campaign, and the whole point of a lead conversion campaign is that you're driving content to them because maybe they've opted in, but they haven't taken action. So with the lead conversion campaign, the thing that I always look at is I want to schedule this 1 week after opt-in. And the reason that I want that is because I know I already have my nurture campaigns running that are going to be working with them. However, they opted in, like, meaning that if they downloaded a lead magnet, I'm going to have campaigns that are going to be running for that. And so a lead conversion campaign, the soonest I want to start it is about a week after they've opted in. But depending on what campaign that people are coming in from, 2 weeks may actually make sense as well. Or if there are people that are dead, like leads, not people that are dead. Sorry, that was really dark. But if you have leads that are coming in that are dead, they're not engaging. They're not. Maybe they've been sitting there for a couple months. This would be a great campaign to re-engage them and get them going. And this is a very, very straight line process. Basically, you're going to set up a campaign. I believe 7 emails over 14 days. So it's going to be kind of a 2-week email SMS strip that's going to work on converting them back, getting them interested again, getting them clicking. And if you're running this it's just a really clean way to reignite people, to get them back into your systems, to get them to schedule a consultation. Now, I wouldn't, when I say re-engagement, this is not even really a re-engagement. This may be more of an activation campaign, meaning they've opted in, but they've never had a conversation with you. Because once they've shown up as a lead in the system and you turn them down, you set them to lost or abandoned, your automations in there should already have a re-engagement campaign that's going out to them after 45 days. So this lead conversion is specifically designed for people who have come into the system. They've ignored all the initial emails, but now you want to get them and turn them just from a tire kicker into somebody who's actually sitting down and talking with you and getting on the phone, working through that strategy. This one's very straightforward. This one's not super complex, but not all great things need to be complex. That's kind of what makes them great. And so with this, you're going to focus on things like value emails, social proof, results focus, show case studies, an urgency to close, create a deadline. And when you're working on like lead conversion campaigns, something that works great is if you have a promo that you can give them, maybe a discount code, something like that works great for getting people to opt in and moving forward. Campaign 4, product interest campaign. This is one I did not put on my list here, but we're going to add it now. This is actually one of the new snap-ons that I'm working on for you guys because I love this concept for the product interest campaign. There we go. This is really, it's really straightforward, but I love it so much. So how the product interest campaign works is that you are going to set a trigger based on page view, meaning that if they visit a specific page, that it will trigger this email sequence. So you may Profit Lifter. Let's just use this. We just built a bunch of new pages for our website, not since last week, but over the for the past couple weeks, we've had our new website up. So like I could set up a product interest campaign that if somebody comes to the Get Leads page, that then it would automatically start a follow-up page. So this is going to be really simple, like high educational content, but it's also going to be you really want to focus on solution content, on solutions as well, meaning that you're going to be talking about like how does this specific product that they visited, how does this impact their solution? But the thing that I like about this is this doesn't need to be complex. This can be just like 2 or 3 really quick little emails that gives you a chance. So basically, it'd be like if you go to our Get Leads page, you're like, oh, this is really cool. I like this. And all of a sudden, you get an email from me, and you're like, hey, I saw that you were interested in getting leads. Let me show you what we can do. Let me show you how this works. And then in the email, I can get in depth, and I can start explaining it more. I can get more granular. And open up the conversation with open-ended questions to be able to get somebody who's coming to the page, to get them engaged, to get them moving forward. And the beauty of this is completely automated. Again, it's a product interest campaign, meaning that when they go to a specific page on your website, it will trigger this automation sequence, which is just beautiful. Like I love this. So it's going to track your page visits, send targeted follow-ups, drive conversions, include testimonials, clear CDAs. Perfect for leads who almost converted but need an extra nudge. It's also great for people who are coming back and looking at your website, because now they feel like you're paying attention to them. You're giving them that attention. They're interested in something. They're looking, but now you're starting to really engage with them on that side. So let's recap the strategy. We gave you 4 different campaign types today. Campaign type of product campaign where we're going to educate and segment, 3+ follow-ups, triggered by a manual launch, because this one you're going to have to actually go in there and set. A promo campaign is going to be time-sensitive offer. This one's going to be 1 to 3 initial emails and then expand out based on the size of the promo. There's a lot of different variables when you get into promos, but this is not that's not actually calendar engagement. But the promo campaign is going to be triggered off of this is going to be a manual launch as well. You would basically set up your campaign and then just launch it all through your workflows at one time. Your lead conversion, convert non-booked leads. Number of emails, 7 over 14 days. There's going to be a workflow enrollment, meaning that you would set up a workflow that would trigger automatically based off action. You would filter out people who have already scheduled appointments, anything like that, and moving from there. And then you got your product interest, which is going to target the visitors on your website. When they visit a page, or they have a specific tag of interest, you're going to send them 2, 3 high value, high converting, solution driven emails to be able to get them to be able to just expand on the product and let them know. And the beauty of this, guys, is that any of these campaigns that you're building, if you go, hey, look, I want to know every person who's interested in when they land on this page, I want to be able to call them. You can literally create sales opportunities based off of them visiting a page, meaning that like it's beautiful because all they have to do is go to a page. Now, like they show up as a new lead. You can call them, have a setter call them, whatever you'd like to do on that. So a lot of really cool, cool ways that you can integrate this. So here's some of my automation tips for putting this together. Tag every option or every action. If you're not tagging people, you're going to miss your tracking. You're going to miss segmenting your database. You're going to miss a lot of opportunities in the future. Make sure that you're tagging. It's better to have too many tags than not enough. It's better to have them and not need them than need them and not have them. So you create tags based off page views, CTA completions. Basically what you're doing is when you have all these tags, you can take your contact list, bring up your tags, and then segment them based off of that and really see where people are going and what people are interested in. Use your smart list. The smart lists are found in your contacts. It's going to let you create these dynamic segments that are going to automatically update based on the lead behavior. Most of the time, you want to tag this to your leads or your tags. So meaning that anytime a new tag's added, it may put somebody in a different list, maybe remove them from a list, all sorts of fun stuff. Implement workflows, automate and dominate. That's an easy one. You guys know all this. Offer opt-out CTAs. Always include ways of non-interested contacts to exit a specific campaign without unsubscribing completely. This is actually a really cool tip, and I've seen this, but I think it's a great way to get granular on what your clients are looking for, where you can send them, like, let's say that you're over here and you send them a product interest campaign. They land on a website and they go there, and then in your email at the bottom say, hey, look, we're sending this because you viewed the web page. If this doesn't really fit, just let us know. We'll take you out of the campaign, and we'll stop bothering you about this. It gives them that feeling of control of, hey, look, I'm going to opt out, but I'm going to opt out of the things I'm not interested in, but I'm still engaged with the company. And instead of them just getting mad and unsubscribing from everything, now you're giving them an opportunity to unsubscribe from that one conversation with you. And and the other side is that when you have that, now you're going to be able to watch your tags, watch your tracking, even put notes in the system saying, hey, look, they really don't care about saving money. That's not their interest. There's a lot of different things that you could do with it. But it also just gives goodwill to your traffic, to the people in your list. Because when they feel like they can opt out, they're a lot more likely to stay. When people feel trapped inside of marketing, that's when they'll start reporting you as spam. That's when they'll basically blacklist you and make it so that you can't get through anything. So if you need help with this is what Profit Lifter does. You've got template libraries for email campaigns that are built out. You've got your automation builders that are all set up that with pre-built automation snap-ons. A nice little dashboard for tracking. Again, these are AI images, so if it looks silly, that's okay. Scheduling multiple call to action sequences that you can trigger. You can have them schedule appointments. You can do online checkouts, create invoices, have them fill out a form, take a survey, fill out a quiz. I mean, there's just like hundreds of things that you can, tons of different ways to get people to opt in, and it's beautiful. So if you're looking at engaging your list, do not neglect your emails. Your emails are an amazing way to connect with people. Your primary conversation starter. Email still remains to be your number one resource for transforming quiet leads into paying clients. And it's a strategic approach based off of your tags, based off of targeting. You can get very granular. You can almost speak directly to your leads based off of their action. And you get to focus on relevance because these are triggering based off of their activities and based off what they're doing. And if you're not automating your business, what are you even doing with your life? Go over to profitlifter.com, take a look at all the cool stuff that we have for you. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me this week. If you guys have any questions, make sure that you leave them in the comments. We're more than happy to jump in, answer everything for you, make sure that you've got everything that you need. And until next time, I hope you guys have an amazing week, and we will see you next time.